Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Never Say Die, which is an American film produced in 1939 starring Bob Hope. There was a millionaire, he was extremely hypochondriac, he was in a spa in Switzerland and he underwent many medical examinations. He thought he was very sick. And then his medical examinations, they were exchanged for the medical exams of a dog. And then he was told by a doctor that he had the same body acidity of a dog, that it was probably a new disease. And then the doctor was trying to name the disease after him so he could have a place in history and blah, blah, blah. And the millionaire also had another problem. He was given 1 month of life only. And in addition to this health problem, the millionaire had another problem, which was a widow who was chasing him. But she was a very special type of widow. She had married many times before. Her husbands died suddenly under suspicious circumstances. They were all very rich. And this woman was a shooting champion. And of course, the millionaire was scared to marry her. At the same time, there was a very rich heiress who was being forced by her father to marry a guy who belonged to foreign royalty. But she didn't want to get married because she loved a bus driver who was a poor country boy, but she loved him anyway and she wanted to marry him, not the royalty man. But her father was forcing to. And both the millionaire and the heiress were totally strangers to each other. However, they both ended up falling on the same river, and the girl, she was trying to take her own life because she was really depressed on having to marry a man she didn't love. Then the girl, the rich heiress and the millionaire, they talked to each other about their problems. And the problems were, in the case of both people, connected to marriage. Then the millionaire had the idea that even though he and the rich heiress, they have barely known each other and there was no love involved, that they should marry each other so they could get rid of their boring suitors who they didn't love. The millionaire thought that he would pass away in 1 month, then she would be his heiress, and then she would be a millionaire, and she could marry anyone she wanted. Then she agreed with that. The rich heiress and the millionaire, they got married, they eloped, and then they went to the honeymoon. When they were about to leave, the boyfriend of the rich heiress, the poor bus driver, the country boy, he arrived and the three of them went to the honeymoon. Of course that the rich heiress was trying to explain to her boyfriend why she got married to another man all of a sudden. Of course that her boyfriend got very jealous, and we can see many hilarious situations. For example, the three of them, they were in the same hotel, and of course people know that it was a recently married couple, but then there were 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman. And of course that the hotel employees, they got horrified with that. They thought it was something related to promiscuity and all that. But then, as weird as it seems, the 3 of them started to get along. The millionaire and the rich woman, they started falling in love with each other, even though they didn't realize that immediately. And the country boy, the boyfriend of the heiress, even though he was jealous, he started to respect the guy very much. And then, when everything seemed to fall into place, more or less, both the suitor of the woman, of the rich heiress, the royalty man, and the widow who wanted to marry the millionaire. They found out who the couple was, who the millionaire and the rich heiress were. And of course that they chased the couple. When they arrived there, of course it was a big mess, because the royalty man, he wanted his bride back, and the widow was pissed off because the millionaire stood her up and all that mess. And then the royalty man, he tried to push for a duel between both of them so they could decide who would stay with the rich heiress. And at the same time, something extremely unlikely happened, because the bus driver, the poor country boy, and the widow, they started falling in love with each other, which was something totally unprecedented, because until then the widow only married very rich men, and for the first time she would date a very poor man. And then of course the millionaire is pushed to a duel. But before the duel, the millionaire was told that he wouldn't pass away, that his medical exams were exchanged for the medical exams of a dog, and that he was perfectly healthy. When he got to know that, he liked the rich heiress, who was legally his wife, but he knew she had a boyfriend, that she liked him, and he told the woman he would divorce her. And then the woman was a little bit disappointed, even though she knew she shouldn't, because she had a boyfriend. And then the man didn't really want to divorce. Anyway, there was the duel. In the duel, one of the weapons was supposed to have no bullets, and one of the weapons would have bullets. Of course that when it was time to take the bullets, it was a big mess. Nobody knew anymore which weapons they were supposed to take. And the millionaire ended up getting the weapon without bullets. So the royalty guy would kill him. And when it was about to happen, when the millionaire started to try to shoot, there was a bullet behind him and he won the duel. Then we realized that the widow who wanted to marry him, it was she who pulled the trigger of her own gun. But nobody realized that, and they thought that the millionaire had won the duel. And then the widow, she said that she would marry the bus driver, that this time it was love, that they would be together. And then the millionaire and the rich heiress, they also remained married together and loving each other. The plot is very nice. It's a kind of comedy that never gets old. It's an innocent comedy, of course. It was made in 1939 after all. And it's a film very easy to understand for modern day audiences. The jokes, the comedy time of the actors. So it's a film that remains fresh, even though nowadays we see love and marriage in a completely different way compared with the 1930s. I think you're going to love this film. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!